instead of just getting on with it. Come on,
Don't fucking believe it.
Well, we're not keeping you here.
He's trying to evict us from.
We're nowhere trying to evict you. Nobody's trying to evict you.
Eviction bills. Thank you.
Would you like to back up? And will you let her speak just to try and address some of the questions that the people respectively questioned? Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
And thank you again for sharing so calmly. And can I just say, we've had a whole series of town hall meetings, we've had a whole range of different issues raised that matter to people. And I appreciate the frustration of many people who've contributed. I appreciate the experiences that people have shared. It's very important that we hear that as elected representatives. We are elected by the people. Michelle elected in her local area, Elaine and Pio in theirs, Jed elected in Louth. So we're here to represent and listen to people. So in response to your question, because you asked the first question, the first actual question about vaccination, and I'm very sorry to hear about your health issues, and thank you again for sharing the experience. I'm a mother too, and I have very strong belief in the power of vaccination to save lives, the power of vaccination, the power of I'm responding to your question. We in Labour have always followed the public health advice. We followed the advice of the Chief Medical Officer. We've promoted the vaccination campaign through COVID because all the evidence we've seen. You asked a question. I'm answering your question. And what I'm saying to you is, if you have a strong view backed up by evidence about a particular issue and you believe that view is not being represented by our party or by any other party, then I think you do need to stand for election, to push to put forward that view. We live in a democracy. That's your prerogative.
To my illness, to tell me to
My response.
And I've been so sick.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to hear about your answering. No, I am answering. I've just answered it. I've told you that we in Labour support. We will help to support anyone who's suffering. But I'll tell you one thing. We've looked for long COVID clinics because so many people have suffered long COVID. Well, we are looking for treatment for those who are. Okay. All right. We'll agree to disagree on that. On the refugee point, I want to stress my enormous support and commendation of Michelle, of Jed, of all of our reps here in Louth on the Louth for All campaign. My experience travelling around Ireland is to see the enormous solidarity and welcome that communities across Ireland, urban and rural, my own constituency, this constituency, across the country, the solidarity and welcome that has been shown to the people who have come here seeking refuge from a brutal invasion of their country in the case of Ukraine.
Jesus Christ.
We have. Michelle has already said, Michelle and Jed said we don't in Labour tolerate hate speech. We don't believe in whipping up hatred against. We don't believe in that. What we want to stand for is an Ireland of an Ireland of equality, and an Ireland where they're welcome. Can I come to the last question, please? And at the back. And yes, as I said, I'm a mother too. I appreciate it, and I've all my life fought for women's rights, the rights of women to be free and safe from gender-based violence. It's a huge issue
from the homes, but from men from over the border.
Should I be to answer the question or not?
People bringing families evicted by British mercenaries from over the border. Short memory of that.
I'm answering your colleague's question. The question
Violence against women and children
So,
in the home.
what we need to do is to ensure that there are much better supports put in place in this county for women suffering violence. I heard today about the lack of places in domestic violence refuges in Louth. That's a huge issue. A huge issue too is the failure of the law to ensure adequate supports for victims of violence. But you are conflating issues around refugee accommodation and violence against women. Well, then you're not being democratic.
Sit down.
the next three questions. This lady had her chance to speak. I'll take the first lady in blue here, and if anybody else wants to raise their hand, I'll get down to you, okay? And this gentleman here is next, and then we have somebody at the back there in the glasses. Thank you. So this lady in the blue first, thank you. Sorry. We have a very short time here that we have the room, so we want to get through it quickly. If you've had your chance to...
Nobody will.
I think, have you finished?
No, maybe not.
Do you want to leave?
Maybe not. You finished hiding.
Hiding?
Hiding, you've been hiding the students.
Okay, this lady in the blue, thank you.
As a nurse, working in the system in mental health, and I've in-laws and relatives working in general health, we have a dearth of medical professionals, including nurses and doctors in the country. What is the Labour Party's policy on increasing the amount of available nurses of all areas and other medical staff to help with the areas in our country that are dearth?
Thank you. Sorry, this gentleman here.
I just want to ask Jack for an update in relation to the motion and saving the line and making it into a special case.
Okay, and then in the glasses there at the back, yeah. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Michelle. Just to say, I mean, Ivana mentioned the democratic programme for government in 1918. We're 2 days short of the 76th anniversary of the death of Big Jim Larkin. Big Jim Larkin, who came to Ireland in 1909, and was a visionary